Welcome to our Expert Perspectives series, where we showcase insights from leading experts in complex product, systems, and software development. Covering industries from medical devices to aerospace and defense, we feature thought leaders who are shaping the future in their fields. I'm Kenzie, your host, and today I'm excited to welcome Burzin Tampal, a well-respected senior requirements manager from Toronto, Canada, with more than 10 years of experience in systems engineering. Burzin has worked on major projects within infrastructure, energy, and mining markets across all phases of the project lifecycle. He specializes in developing and implementing processes for requirements management, verification and validation, and interface management on complex projects. Joining Burzin is Jama Software's own Joe Gould, a seasoned senior account executive with extensive experience in sales within the architecture, engineering, and construction industry. Today, Burzin and Joe will be speaking with us about the shift towards systems engineering in the AEC industry. Without further ado, I'd like to welcome Burzin Tampal and Joe Gould.
Hello, everyone. I'm Joe Gould, Senior Account Executive with Jama, and welcome to today's interview with an expert. I'm thrilled to have Burzin Tampal with us, a seasoned expert in systems engineering. Today, Burzin will be sharing insights into the challenges and benefits of adopting a systems-focused approach in the AEC industry. Burzin, thank you for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you, Joe. I'm honored to be here.
Great. Well, Burzin, let's jump right in. Can you describe your journey and what prompted the shift towards adopting systems engineering in construction projects?
Certainly. So I've had the opportunity to work in the medical, financial, and software development sectors prior to working on major projects in the AEC, where I initially started off in the rail and transit division. Unfortunately, not all projects were successful by project management standards, and most ended either over budget, over schedule, or had quality issues. These projects would sometimes lead to lawsuits, and I had heard that this was somewhat typical for these projects. I was quite concerned that this was status quo for a 200 plus year old industry. So I started doing some independent research and went down a path which led me to learning more about systems engineering. I came across a popular study, you might know or heard of it. It's the 2015 Chaos Report by the Standish Group. And although it was not specific to the rail and transit industry, I felt it was very applicable. If my memory serves me correctly, the outcome stated that something like the top 3 of the top 5 reasons, for failed projects was related to poor requirements management practices. I guess I really tried to right the ship after that. I could start to see where the current practices on these major engineering and construction projects were failing to meet the needs of the complex project. And after gaining some modest successes, I was determined to rethink how we implement systems engineering best practices efficiently across all engineering and construction projects. I developed my own strategy for deploying a lean systems engineering solution on projects, and I've been using systems engineering principles on all construction projects ever since.
Well, that's great. It's fascinating to hear how your organization has moved towards systems engineering. I know that shift can often come with its own set of challenges, but I love to see this kind of thought leadership in our industry, Burzin. Next question, can you explain how requirements management plays a role in your construction projects?
Absolutely. So requirements management, as most people think about it, has typically been used on systems projects, which inherently have a lot of complexity. If we take a step back, however, without getting into details about a rigorous process, or beneficial tools, requirements management at its core is simply meant to track and trace stakeholder needs and project requirements throughout the project lifecycle, with the end goal of ensuring compliance and satisfying the stakeholder needs. Now, I can't think of a project, systems or not, which wouldn't benefit from the practice with that definition. One that is meant to ensure that the handed over project meets the needs of the client as formally agreed to. So, with that in mind, requirements management really forms the backbone of systems engineering and even project management to a certain degree on engineering and construction projects that I've been working on.
Yeah, it sounds like requirements management really sounds like a crucial aspect here, Burzin. I imagine keeping track of requirements in a way that aligns all stakeholders can make an absolute huge difference.
Absolutely, 100%. That's fundamental.
So tell me what benefits you've experienced moving to a more systems engineering focused approach.
Well, where do I start? There are many obvious benefits of using systems engineering that you could read about in a lot of systems engineering materials. The Nkosi handbook is a great resource, but I think I'll expand on some of the benefits that are not typically highlighted. So the first benefit I would mention is consistency. Leveraging a standard systems engineering process enabled consistent outputs and deliverables. While this may sound underwhelming, it was actually the foundation for many of the other benefits we were able to attain. Some other more common benefits include a reduction in error quality issues, which meant reduced corrective effort, improved communication, which resulted in reduced duplication of effort, and once the processes were standardized and we were getting consistent outcomes, we could then implement process efficiencies, which resulted in reduced resources or effort required to perform the